Creeping through the bowels of Castle Ravenloft, you have come up through the culvert. You have so far managed to dodge what patrols you've encountered. Small little clutches of skeletons, armed with shields and swords, looking around, moving with a intelligence that is surpassing that of most of the undead. They are actively searching and looking for you. But you know that on this night, this full moon that is to be, you must rescue the Princess Cunningham from Strahd himself, lest he make himself a new eternal bride. Pushing through the darkness that surrounds you, sconces every other lit. Twilight fills this area, not brightly lit. As you move through, your feet leaving small echoes with each footfall. The stone floors beneath, the wet, damp musk, as you find yourself before a stairwell leading up to the next floor. As you push up, you come around the corner. Bones, I need you to give me a quick little roll, if you will, please.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to kind of give me a little peek around the corner.
What am I rolling?
Roll a d20 for me.
D20.
Yeah.
It's a 19 on the die.
Okay. As you peek around the corner, you notice a array of stone sarcophagi. 6, 9, 12, 13 in total. As you're looking, you see them arranged in a circle with one in the center. They all appear to be closed, sans one of them. The center one seems to be opened, but only just so. Bats flutter around, the screeching sounds that they make as they move, and the coast seems relatively clear. How do you wish to proceed?
Almada is gonna look back to the rest of the party and very quietly whisper, "Sarcophaguses."
Do they have any markings?
Do I see any specific markings on them?
You find some markings, but most of them are written in Elvish. You've encountered this dialect before. It's the Elvish of the Dusk Elves that is written along most of these sarcophagi. But past that, you can't quite make out what it is from this distance. You just notice the telltale signs.
Elvish, but if I get closer, I can read it, I'm sure. Well, I'm gonna...
Not to overstate the obvious, but we are in a castle of an undead lord, and, well, I'm sure a bunch of sarcophagi lined up like this could pretend some form of undead trouble. So, you be careful.
Perhaps we keep our footsteps light, then.
Right. Careful now.
I think Altair looks a bit nervously at their fighter.
Malda matches that look.
Light.
Bjorn just draws this massive long sword and goes, "So it's less clanky and stuff."
Right. That's probably for the best. And Almada's gonna turn and is intentionally sneaking and looking for shadows to sort of blend into. Motherfucker. I saw that.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Roll me a d20, please.
Okay. I'm gonna use my advantage.
Already
Right,
outstanding.
okay.
It was really bad. I don't want to talk about it.
Outstanding. Okay.
That's better. It's not great. It's an 8 on the die.
As you are moving through, the party's slowly pushing forward. You ahead of them look and something catches your eye, and you accidentally bump into a candelabra that falls to the ground, clanging, the candles spilling off of the top, the sound resonating through this large chamber, echoing for a moment.
I just
That's
want to
not what-
fucking say that wasn't me. All right.
Amada's just like just frozen in place and very mechanically turns to look at you guys and mouths, "Sorry."
This is not what we discussed.
Shut the fuck up.
I think we talked about light feet, yes.
Yeah.
I think you brought it up in specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of stone on stone as the remaining candelabra through the room instantly light up, and one of the tops of the sarcophagi begins to shift slightly as the candles light around the room almost instantaneously as unison. Even the ones that fell on the ground somehow flick to life as they are there. And you see several areas, some desks, some bookshelves, a lounging area. And oddly enough, a bed against one wall. Looking around, you take in your surroundings, and it looks as though this area seems to be that of a master bedroom, only very stretched out, very long, with the sarcophagi in the center. You see a large basin, which would be a bathtub, as well as large rug and sconces, as well as the candelabra around, all light up. And that stone cover is slowly shifting. And almost as one, all your eyes look to it, and you see long, spindly fingers grip the outside. What do you wish to do?
Is there
Go
anywhere
back to the start of the module.
redo? Is there anywhere
Okay, let's
that
go.
we can see a point of exit?
There is a stairwell on the far side, as well as what appears to be a set of copper-looking gates that are against the far wall.
Do I see anything beyond the gates?
It looks to go into a small room with some sort of cable system above it.
I'm very interested in that, but there is a small issue before us. So Amada's gonna look to the rest of the party to see if they're gearing up to fight or if they're gearing up to run.
I make eye contact with Amada and I go, "Slammy or runny?"
I don't know.
Slammy then runny?
Let's start by backing it up. Let's just back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
I think
Start backing out of the room.
Altera, seeing everyone being so indecisive, pulls a piece of leather from her pocket at her hip and rubs it and starts whispering to it. And she's going to cast armor on herself in this moment.
You know, that's a solid tactic that you have going there. Tell me exactly, what does this look like for you? As every magic user has their own little dash of flavor. I want to know what your armor looks like.
I think she's wearing this long set of emerald robes that's fur trimmed, and as she's casting it, the robe she's wearing almost sheen like they're made of some sort of scale mail, and it kind of ripples up through the fabric of her clothing.
Okay, so you've cast armor. The rest of you, what are you doing in this moment? We have seconds. You need to make a decision.
Yeah, Amada's annoyed. She's taking out her short sword, and she is looking for any shadow she can sort of disappear into.
Well, there's plenty of places to hide. You could hide inside the bath basin. It's a large, like 4-person, Geralt of Rivia style bathtub. Right? So like it's big, right? You've got the bed, you've got bookshelves you can hide behind if you're trying to hide, or you can retreat back down the stairwell that you guys had initially come up.
No, Amada's not going to retreat. She can't do that in her heart of hearts. So can I scurry under that little bed, like the little halfling that I am?
It's not a little bed by any means. This is like California king size.
Yeah, well, I'm a little guy, so I'm scurrying.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
I came here to kill some undead, but I'm also not dumb. So I am not going to run away, but I'm also going to stand behind the warrior and maybe the mage.
I'm gonna brace, and I'm gonna point to the far end of the room and say, "We gotta move now."
Double time.
I think Altera is going to try to get to that side of the room that Bjorn is pointing towards, but where there's maybe a space to slip and hide into, so she's closer to an exit.
Okay. All right. So we have our cleric and our fighter who are beelining it for the other door. All right. And then we have our thief and our mage who are trying to hide in some way, shape, or form. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I'm like moving with Bjorn and Rune.
Okay.
It's comparable to when you hear the garage door start and you know that your parents are home earlier than you anticipated, so you're hiding your ex-boyfriend in the closet.
Oddly enough, there is a large wardrobe that is there that you find yourselves ducking into at this point. Though there's, oddly enough, only enough room for the dwarf and the cleric, as the mage is ducking around behind and hugging what areas she can to ensure that she's not seen. The top of it slides open entirely, each of you peeking through a crack out from underneath the bed, right? Your eye hugging the side of the bookshelf. And you see this figure rise in a fluid motion and stands. Large furs adorn his shoulders coming down, his head and body hunched over, his fingers long as he looks, and he just... as he turns, "I must find my brother." And he steps out, and you see him go towards the copper gates that open. "I hunger." And they close, and you see the floor begin to lift as he ascends to another area. Yeah, fuckers, I know what I'm doing. I know who I'm playing a game with.
I look down at the dwarf and go, "What in the actual cosmic fuck just happened?"
I don't know, but I think that I think we're kind of fucked down here if we don't get out quick. And Bjorn knows we've got to get out of here quickly, but Kato is having hot pants right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave this. We're gonna have to leave this little this little chiffonier here because it's getting kind of tight in here.
Right. I'm gonna peer out and see if there's any other movement happening from the other sarcophagi.
There is not at this point.
And I pause for just long enough to be like, and I like creep out and step down, and I kind of like look around to see what the best exit point would be, also considering lighting this sarcophagus on fire.
It's made of stone.
What?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
You some sort of fucking science guy? You some sort of science guy? You know about science?
I mean, just fucking physics.
Yeah.
Man, I almost took Warp Stone too as a spell.
Oh, for
Oh,
fuck's
you-
sake.
Damn
So,
it.
what do you wish to do?
I get out of the chiffonier, and so he went upstairs, right?
Yes,
what
he
you're
took
saying?
what he took a fantasy version of an elevator.
All right, well, let's keep moving. We didn't come here to turn around as soon as the first sexy vampire came out of a coffin, so let's keep moving.
I think Altera, in her magic user ways and her infinite curiosity of the unknown and the arcane, is as soon as he's like, she sees the stone disappear into the ceiling, she dashes out from behind and is going to kind of run up to the sarcophagi and try to read it as quickly as she can, that elvish there.
Okay. All right. All it says across the side of it, right? Okay. It doesn't give you a name, right? But it says the second born of the second son, brother to the Lord of the land.
How many brothers? Does it say there? Because I thought there was one guy. I thought there was one Strahd, but like, is it a large family?
Is this something she would know anything about?
So you know that Strahd, right, has many vampire spawn, and there was a rumor that he had a brother at one point, and that his brother tried to usurp him as the Lord of the land, and as such, he cursed him with the vampiric decay so that he would never be as beautiful as his brother or as commanding. But he would be his rage.
I think as Rune is asking her this, she has whipped out a piece of parchment and she's taking a bit of coal and like rubbing it across this elvish to kind of make an impression on the parchment. And she's saying to him, it's only rumors. There's only been rumors of a brother. If I make it out of here, I'm going to fucking tell everybody.
As you do, I need you to give me a wisdom. Yeah. Or actually, correction. Save against charm.
Save against charm. Is that percentile?
No, roll a d20.
Okay. Oh,
We'll
yeah.
keep it simple.
That is a 13 on the dice.
So, as you are in the presence of this, the aroma, the scent that is coming from this sarcophagi fills your senses, and it begins to slow your wit to a degree, cloud your mind, causing you to somewhat forget what you're doing for a moment as your movements slow and the urge to crawl in begins to grow before you shake your head and you hear a slight buzzing noise in your ear, and you shake your head and you regain your focus and you continue what you're doing and hastily get the rest of it before closing it in. You're wrapping it up, your stuff, and then stuffing it back in your bag.
You're right there.
Yeah, what a strange sensation. It was almost as though it felt like I could take a nap inside. Perhaps we should leave this room. And she's standing up, kind of dusting off her knees from the floor.
I think at this point, Almada, what you see are two hands come up from the footboard of the bed, and she slides herself out on her back and kind of scurries back to her feet. That was weird. Don't do that again. Don't get too close to the sarcophagi. That was
Don't get
weird.
too close to anything. Don't touch anything. Don't look at anything. Let's keep moving.
Bjorn is resisting the urge to like scruff her like a cat and just like carry her away.
That's not good.
So,
Almada, lead the way.
looking around the room, you guys do see a series of levers over by the elevator mechanism to where you could summon the elevator back down, or there is a stone hallway that is taking stairs in an upward manner.
I don't know about you, but I could use a little workout. And I started making my way up the stairs. Short
Yeah,
legs and
stairs.
everything.
I think as we're making our way over there, Altera like turns and looks at Amada and is just light footsteps.
I think you just see her seething for a moment. Yeah, like fucking footsteps.
She
Okay,
offers
yeah,
a
okay.
smile.
Big
Dude,
funny
Does
guy.
one of these like after you.
Let me just sneaky by. Just remember that this is sort of my deal, okay? I'm allowed to make mistakes every once in a while, but I am your sneaky little lady.
Do you want me to carry you on piggyback? Would that be better for you?
That's either going to be really endearing or really embarrassing. So, no, I'm not risking it. I'll be fine. And she scampers off.
Give me a stealth roll.
No whammies, Bonesy.
Don't whammy.
We got a 17 on the die. That's much
Okay,
better.
there we go. You make your way up these next set of stairs and signal down to your friends that it's okay, to proceed. When you come up to this hallway, you see a picture of Strahd himself looking out at you. It is him standing there regally holding a goblet, his perfect elven features with a pallid face, his furs and cloak surrounding him as he looks out, and it feels almost in that moment that he's staring right at you. And in that moment, you remember back in town, the Sons of the Hourglass said that when you come to the painting, ensure that you turn left. Do not turn right. If you turn right, you will arouse his guard. Go to the left. It will be the long way, but you will sneak past the guard. But beware the patrolling eye.
Amada's gonna wait for the rest of the party to join her at this sort of, I guess, landing.
Yeah, it's like you come up and it's a landing, and then you have a hallway that veers to the right and veers to the left.
All right, yeah. Once everybody's up on the landing, Amada will look to the rest of the party. Left, we go left, but mind your corners.
Beware the eye. Whatever that is.
I'll watch your six. I don't like how it follows me around the room, though.
And it does, it very much does. As you're moving in it, those eyes are like almost like they're locked into your eyes, watching you. Left, right.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let us hope it's simple parlor tricks. Nothing more. And she's gonna follow Bjorn.
All right. Pushing forward down the hall, the sconces are lit in this one far more than farther down. Each one of these sconces along the way is lit, and shadows are deep from the flames of these torches, but there is still plenty of light. Periodically, here and there, you see small alcoves that are cut out with statues set up in them for the most part. Some are crumpled, some are toppled, but most remain intact. The corridor seems to go on for what feels like eternity before you come to another junction. This junction cuts right and then cuts left, and you are faced with a decision. Which way shall you go?
Were we given any warning about the second junction?
No, as a matter of fact, the Sons of the Hourglass specifically said that upon going left, you should encounter a second set of staircases that will lead you up to the next floor.
No stairs. There's supposed to be stairs.
You think they lied to us?
Hold on. I am going to rummage through my bag and pull out a set of gem inlaid sticks, along with a little handful of dragon bones, all of which looks extremely expensive and probably makes the thieves' eyes kind of glitter a little bit. And I will find a little corner, put the sticks down in a very specific pattern, close my eyes, start rolling the bones,
Okay.
and then we'll toss them and roll them in the center of the sticks. Now we'll cast Augury.
Okay. As you cast Augury, you look at it. Your vision blurs for a moment, shifts. And then it comes back as you do. The circle and the bones laid out. And as you do, murmuring to yourself and looking at them, they decidedly point to the right. However, in the augury as well, as you roll, it says a symbol of warning.
I'll kneel there, looking at the bones for a few moments. Well, here's the thing about augury. Whenever you try to divine or discern the events that lay ahead of you, the spell can only really take into consideration certain major events. For example, you might be told by the divination that going to the right is the thing to do, but you might get injured on the way there. This thing does not. So just before we follow the instructions I'm about to give you here, I just want to put this disclaimer out there that I'm not to be held responsible for anything horrible that happens to us based on the augury. All right?
Surely there was a shorter way of saying that. But thank you.
No problem. We go to the right, but there is danger.
I think there's danger anywhere we go here. We are in Strahd's home.
Well, Strahd, and apparently he's got a big family, so I'm assuming that we're probably in for a couple of surprises.
Many sons and daughters does he have, yes.
Which I never thought that vampires propagated. So there's this question when it comes to undead, specifically ones like Strahd, who are clearly very intelligent and imbued with
Bjorn,
strong
would you like to
personality,
move right so we can move along? You're muted.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We've lost the Tato voice.
What evil magic is this?
Silence has been cast upon the Tato.
Oh, silent Tato. Silent Tato. Holy. Use sign language. Do you have a pad? Can you write down?
Can you nod?
Check the plug.
Slowly progressing, while the dwarf finds their voice once again. The continued movement as you press forward, inch by inch, cautiously, heeding the words of the cleric. Up ahead, Bones, are you still leading forward? Are you still?
Yeah, I'm still leading forward. I would like to point out, I'm not necessarily actively searching for traps, but I am every so many feet keeping an eye out for traps.
Let's check for traps.
Are we rolling a percentile or a d20?
You are rolling a percentile.
That's what I thought. Okay. Can I re-roll that? Because I rolled them at the same time. That was dumb. I don't know why I did that.
You don't have a 10s and a 1s?
I have, yeah, well, I rolled them at 2 at the same time. So it's either going to be 12 or 21. Your pick, buddy.
No, you gotta delineate which one's which. Roll it again.
Okay, thank you. You're not going to fucking believe it. 23 regardless.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
As you progress forward, you don't see anything, but as you walk, step, your left foot sets down on a flagstone, and you feel a slight give. Roll me Dex.
Oh. I got an 18.
You stop just before depressing the plate entirely. However, you are frozen still. Directly behind you, the rest of your group sees them stop. The halfling comes to a dead stop, foot frozen, not moving.
I put my hand up.
Require assistance?
Are you okay?
Don't fucking move. I put my foot back down, like the flagstone behind it.
Okay.
Does anything happen to me, Kurt?
No.
Okay, thank good. Shit. Follow my steps. Exactly.
You step back with no problems, no recourse, nothing. You make it back.
No, I tell that to the party.
Oh.
I'm feeling a little light-footed. At last. Is there anything around that I could use that could test these stones as I go? Do I see anything that I could take off a wall or pick up? Like a stick?
I mean, pretty sure the mage has a staff.
I have a staff. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I kind of do a finger at her.
What is it?
How tight of that staff are you?
She kind of slips it off of her back and looks at it.
It'll probably be fine.
Probably.
I have one of these if you want, and I pull an iron spike out of my bag, just in case you are attached to your wooden stick.
Probably a better option there.
Just a thought if you didn't want to, do whatever the fuck that might be.
Yeah, keep your staff there. I'll take the.
It seems special.
Thanks, Bjorn.
Yeah.
Happy to help. Hand it off.
Okay. This is what I would like to do, Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to move through this pathway, but like every 2 steps ahead, I'm going to test the stone.
Okay. You get back to that one stone, and what do?
The 2 stones ahead, I'm going to test it.
Okay. There's nothing. It's just that one stone.
I'm going to keep doing this entire pathway because I don't trust
No,
you.
like you're going to come to that stone, right? And you're either going to jump over it or you're going to trigger it. You're going to take a pick on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to jump over it.
Okay.
Nimble.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me a roll.
That is a 10.
Oh.
I'm going to use an advantage.
No, that's fine. You can take a 10. Sure. Why not?
I don't.
You're a halfling, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. How close is anybody following behind you?
Not very, because that's fucking dumb.
I'm behind Bjorn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm behind everyone because,
Okay.
I think my intention is, while to let everybody know to follow my steps exactly as I take them, would be to stay first, then do what I do.
Jehovah starts with an I.
Are you wearing a hat by chance?
No.
Okay, cool. So, as you jump over it, right, your foot, you don't manage to clear that chunk of flagstone entirely. And so you jump over and you kind of land prone in doing so. And your foot tippy toe touches the back of the front end of that flagstone. And so
Great.
as it does, it drops down, and as you lift your head up, a whirling blade about 3 feet off the ground slices through the hallway and back into a hidden crevice. And you see a chunk of your hair just fall down in front of your face.
Nailed it.
This is a fucking nightmare.
That's
Well-
one method of detecting traps.
Absolutely flawless. I've done everything perfect and nothing wrong.
Where
At
did
all
we
that-
pick up this rogue from?
I don't
I-
know. I think it's defective, though.
They were just downstairs when we came in.
Just call the rogue effective.
I think as well, I want to point out that when Almada like lands, it's like she like sploots. Like face first, like belly flop.
I love her
It
so
looks
much.
like it hurt really bad.
Would it help if I cast find traps?
Oh, you bitch.
I think Altera like does one of these back to you, like, what, motherfucker?
Well, look,
Excuse me?
we have a thief, so I figured I wouldn't waste my spell slots on doing what the thief's supposed to be doing. But it appears as though our thief is encountering some difficulty. So
Can I fling that metal pole that was given to me? I don't want to hurt him. I just want to fling it at him.
Just, you know what? Give me a ranged attack. Go ahead. Yeah, roll that
Yeah,
shit.
sure.
I can't tell if this is Bones at Bleak or if this is in character.
Yes, this is yes.
Yes.
by the way, while we're looking
It's a
at that,
13.
Huh?
It's a 13 on the die.
So as you say that, Bleak, you look, right, and you just see this metal pole end over end, right? And you kind of go like this. You kind of like step to the side as it like clangs on the ground, and it goes clang, 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 and it just echoes down this hallway.
I just stand there looking back down the hallway at it. Then I look back at the rogue. For fuck's sakes.
Horrible
Would you-
thief.
Would you go get that for me, please, before we get, I don't know, fucking eaten by vampires?
I go hop, skip, and go get it.
God damn
I
it.
cast find traps.
Fuck.
It lasts for 3 turns.
Yep. As you progress forward, you don't really find any more traps.
Jesus
At this
Christ.
point.
All right, but that's okay because
She found the only trap that was in this hallway.
That's
yeah,
the,
well, I found it, so...
well, even a fucking broken clock twice a day, you know?
No, I don't know. What does that mean?
What's a clock?
That, anyways, all I did was use the spell slot that I would use to heal the thief. There are no more traps, I say very confidently.
Okay.
Progressing down the hallway further, our group of misfits, this ungodly motley crew that is hell-bent on saving the land of Barovia, how, we don't know, continues on forward. You come to another area. This looks like a guard room, almost, as you see this doorway that's kind of ajar, and you look inside. There's a small, 2 small beds, a small little armory, and a chest inside.
I vote we check for traps before opening anything in here.
I think Almada looks directly at Rune. Yeah, why don't we check for traps?
Is my spell still up?
No.
You did pretty good earlier finding them. I mean, I can keep doing it, but then at some point you're gonna get hit over the head by a skeleton, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, this hurts. Rune, fucking save me!" And I'm gonna be like, "I can't. I did your job for the past 3 hours."
I'm checking for traps.
Okay.
67.
I would not touch that chest.
Okay. Almada looks at the chest and said, "Chest? No touchy."
Furthermore, upon looking at the chest, you notice a clear viscous fluid coming from one of the corners of the top of it.
Chest? No touchy. That's a bad chest. It's an evil chest, I would say. horrible.
There was this one time back in, the real land, not this weird fucking pocket dimension, where I'd gone to the city and I went into this big castle and I walked in there and there were paintings and statues and things all about. And I thought, cripes, everything in here is old and probably has a lot of history that I don't know about, and maybe I shouldn't fucking touch anything.
I feel like you have a really good point there, Yaron.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried to make a good point.
I'm worried when the fighter is making the most sense in the group. And Altera's gonna push forward.
Yep.
Altera, as you begin to move forward, confidently but cautiously,
Yeah.
you come to a large room. The opening of the door slightly ajar, somewhat inviting you. Inside, you smell a very familiar smell. Musk, wood, paper. And as the door pushes just slightly, you see stack upon stack upon stack of bookshelves. And further, as you push in, you realize this is something of a library. 10 bookshelves stacked, double wide, full of books, rolls, parchments of all kinds, line either side. In the center, you see 2 large wing-back sitting chairs and a table and a small writing desk next to each one of them. A decanter sits there with glasses that are collecting dust, as if they were set there for the simple purpose of appearance and no real use. Above, a chandelier of candlelight fills this room, and you begin to smell the ancient age of each of those tomes, of those papers, of those delectable pieces of information about anything and everything that Strahd possesses or knows.
I sense a trap.
This is a fucking trap.
I think you guys see Altera like smelling the crack of the door and slowly pushing into it. And she's going to just almost drift inside of this room.
I wouldn't maybe do that. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, see, a minute ago you were making a great point about not touching anything, and
Right.
now she's
Yes.
just fucking willy-nilly going in there, fucking mouth open, nostrils wide flare,
Yeah,
and fucking...
she's just walking in mouth open. Yes.
Almada's gonna follow her at a distance just to make sure she's okay.
If I have to fucking scoop you up, I will.
Are you talking to me?
No. And I
Okay.
follow in behind.
I'll stay by the door and keep an eye out in the corridor there just to make sure that we don't get, some rear action.
Why don't you check for traps while you're at it?
Why don't you cast heal?
Altera, as you are here, you remember and recall not too long ago in a private meeting that you had with Brostrom. Beware his library. It contains all of the information that he has ever collected and known. Detailed reports of each of the wars he has waged and the souls he's ensnared. But one look upon its pages, and you could become enraptured, and you will be stuck there forever.
Oh, I think, ooh, magic user is very tempted here. I think like she's pushing the door open and just kind of like drifting in, and like that thought hits her and she stops and she looks around the room.
You see a double set of doors on the far side.
And she just like puts on invisible blinders.
She's got her horse blinders on.
Yep. and she starts like, it's the way that she's walking through this room is like a mourner at a funeral. Every ounce of her being wants to reach up and just devour these books page by page by page, word for word, but she's just head down and like beelining for this door.
What are the rest of you doing?
Almada goes back to retrieve Rune. We're walking through.
Oh, we're not reading each and every page in this place?
Hopefully not.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
Bjorn. Go ahead, Bleak.
No, I was just saying I'm moving.
Bjorn follows behind and goes, "Oh, lucky for me, I don't know how to fucking read."
Bjorn is a sweet boy.
We must protect Bjorn at all costs.
He's
Love
doing
it.
his his best.
He speaks a whole lot of languages. He's from like a whole tribal society that has a whole rich history of storytelling, but no, he cannot read.
He likes pictures though.
Boy, oh boy.
Well then.
If you tell him to go punch something, he might consider it.
As you walk past Bjorn, I need you to make a save against charm.
Oh, fuck my butt. Wait, I'm so sorry.
You have obviously failed, and Strahd appears behind you.
No, I'm not the bottom.
You are now.
No, please don't. Okay, I'm rolling my d20. Oh, we're gonna use an advantage.
That's
What did
good.
you roll?
I don't want to tell you.
It's none of your business.
I think that you should let us use our advantages when we just say it and stop asking questions about it.
And what does the survey say, Bjorn?
It's a 7.
Bjorn,
It was a 1.
as you walk past, you look down at that decanter. It's brown liquid going untouched, unappreciated. The dust sitting on it very much betrays the age of it. And you find your hand slowly drifting over to it. Its crystal stopper in your hand feels perfect, and by your touch, you'd swear this is dwarven made.
Bjorn,
As
Bjorn, put the bottle down, Bjorn.
you have an overwhelming sense of wanting to drink this.
Bjorn?
Can I shoot the decanter with my slingshot?
You may certainly try.
I'm going to certainly try. Good
Bjorn's
sir.
back in the mines with the boys right now. Bjorn can't hear any of us.
I'm going to use my last advantage.
Mm.
That's a nat 20, baby. Suck it.
You fire as you hear that noise, that pop as the decanter comes off. And Bjorn, you're looking, and the crystalline shatters, and the liquid drops to the ground. That sweet smell of fermented whiskey. Real whiskey. Not the ale, not cheap beer, not any of that crude gruel humans drink. A proper whiskey.
Are you fucking serious?
As a
And
heart
with that-
attack.
Remember a minute ago, Bjorn? Blah blah blah. It's better not to touch anything, and you're just going against everything you just said. So
Two pillars of flame erupt next to the far door, and two forms step out. Horns adorning their head, their jaws drop down lined with teeth, hands like talons, and knives, spine of blades shooting up their backs. And they look at you. It is time for you to roll initiative, for you are staring down 2 demons.
Things took a fucking turn in a fucking hurry.
Hot
listen,
wood.
kind of wish that I had rolled that one. That would have been a fun moment.
1
how do
minute,
I-
Bjorn is getting drunk and remembering his days on in the holds of ships sailing the seas of cheese, and the next we're fucking facing 2 demons. Jesus.
It's just a D20. Is that what it is?
Just roll your d20. We're gonna keep it simple.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
All right.
Bones rolled a 14.
Bones, nice.
Tell me good job now.
Bad job. Anyway, Bleak.
No.
I rolled the natural 20.
All right.
Suck my hole.
What do you
And
want? A fucking
after you are
stone?
done sucking Kato's hole, what did you get, Kato?
I got an 11.
An 11. All right. So, Bleak, you are up first at the initial swing of the pendulum.
I will go ahead and pulling out my holy symbol will intone a quick prayer to my sweet God, and will cast bless, asking my God to bless my friends and injure my foes. Friendly creatures, attack. So everyone's saving throws and attack dice are at +1.
Okay.
And I think it's
Okay. You are blessed, so you all have the +1. Don't worry, I'm tracking it for you. All right. So up next is the first demon that comes towards, seeing Altera and moving forward, hands raised, its blades glimmering in the faint candlelight, and swings at you. And will miss on a 5.
I do remember I have a 6 armor rating right now for my armor spell.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I got you.
Cool.
I got
Thank you.
Yep. It swings and its dagger-like fingers dig into the ground as it looks at you. Its eyes burst with flame, seeing you as a true threat. Bones.
Okay, so about how far away are they from me?
You're about 20 feet away.
The one that is not attacking currently, what is he doing? Is he
He's
coming?
he's moving towards. He hasn't identified a target that he's going at. He's just moving in y'all's general direction at this point.
Do I see a pathway in which I can get behind him?
Not easily.
Not easily. So I have 75% for my climb walls.
Are you trying to parkour off the walls?
I'm just asking you a question.
I'm asking you the question. Are you trying to parkour off the walls?
Maybe.
Okay. Go
I don't
ahead.
like how easily you allowed me to do that.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to try
Why?
and...
Why?
So I don't...
You have 0 advantages. Let's go.
No, apparently I have one more. But anyway, so I'm going to actually close some of that distance, but I would like to try and position myself in a way that I can get behind him eventually.
Okay.
Is that possible?
You can get to a flank position on him.
That's what I would like to do, yes.
Yes. Is that going to you going to use that as your entire action?
Is that what I'm going to have to do?
Well, I mean, it's a movement to get to his flank. So from there you get a movement and an attack.
Right, then yeah,
Right.
then I'm going to attack afterwards.
What are you attacking with?
Short sword.
Okay, go ahead and swing.
I do have one more advantage, correct?
You gonna use it now?
You have 2 more advantages, actually.
Okay, because I just rolled a nat 1. So yeah, I will.
Okay.
That is a 13.
13.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So on a 13, right, you connect with it, and it roll your damage.
What am I rolling? Tell me, please. Thank you.
Is it not listed on your character sheet for your short sword?
No?
All right. Roll a d6.
Thank you. That's a 3.
All right. So you do 3. Okay, straight. So you swing through and you connect, and you do a decent amount of damage to it. However, because there always is, you see it kind of, the flame kind of jet from it and then suck in as the wound slowly starts to stitch itself back together.
Motherfucker.
All right. Next is Bjorn. How many attacks are you making, Bjorn?
I'm gonna make 2
Okay.
with my big sword, 2-handed.
All right.
Ooh, nat 20 and a 17.
Okay, cool. So, with that, are you going to go after the one that's engaged with Altera, or are you going to go against the one that's engaged with Almada?
I'm gonna go for the one on Altera first.
Okay. All right. So you close and you run up and you swing with your sword or whatnot, right? Roll me your long sword. Roll me a d8.
I have on here, because I used it two-handed, it's d8 or a d12. I'm assuming that's if I use it
D12,
two-handed.
yep. Use a
Great.
D12.
And that's on the nat 20?
Oh, the nat 20 is already factored. This is the 17.
Oh, copy. Okay, so, I got a 9.
All right, cool. So as you do it, you slice down. One of its arms comes off, falls to the ground as fire just pours from it. Right, its attention slow turns and looks at you, and its mouth drops and distends like Violator from Spawn as more blades start to line its jaw as it looks at you. Creep.
Okay. So there's fire coming from him,
Like, instead of him bleeding blood, he's like bleeding fire.
but it does look like Bjorn actually did damage to him.
Oh yeah, no, like this thing, you would estimate that this thing is wounded.
Okay. I think she's going to lift her hand and point at this creature, and she's gonna cast magic missile and shoot bolts of magic from her fingertip.
Outstanding.
Let's see. I think I get a total of 5.
At this level, yes, you have 5.
So I'm going to direct 2 of them to this creature in front of me that is looking fairly wounded, and then 3 towards the one that Almada is fighting.
All right. Okay, so roll the damage out on those.
All right. So the first guy is gonna get 11 points. Sorry, that was a lot. That was far too much math in my fucking head. And the second guy is gonna get 8 points of damage.
I'm being fed chocolate through floorboards right now. All right, so the guy in front of you, right, explodes in a ball of fire as it drops down, its pieces falling to the ground, hitting the ground, and almost instantaneously ashing and like ashing cinders away as it leaves a small scorch mark on the ground. The other missiles going over, hitting it, knocking it forward, causing it to lose its balance. Its attention diverted as it looks at you as the source of the other missiles that had hit it. Coming back around, it moves to lunge at you. And then you're up again. Because we're now in the backswing.
Oh. Is there anyone around that one? Like
Just
if I cast burning hams and
Bones
hams.
Bones is now directly behind it.
Okay, so I could cast burning hands, not hams, on it, and not hit Bones.
Delicious.
You know what? Yes, you may cast burning hands on the fire demon.
Oh fuck me! Why you gotta say it like that?
But what if it was burning hams, though?
What if it was burning hams, though?
God damn it, Bleak! You left the ham in the oven.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, all I have is fire spells, guys, and I just used my one magic missile spell. So fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
Whack it with your stick.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking pull out my staff and do like a cool whippy do and like bonk him on the head with it.
Roll.
That's a 19.
Which technically counts as a 20 due to bless, so roll your damage.
Too blessed to be stressed. What's my staff damage?
Should be a D4.
Whack him.
It says 1 through 6.
Oh, then a 6, yeah.
Lie to me.
I'm not lying to you.
That's a 3.
Do you have any idea how many tables I have up on these monitors right now?
I can only imagine, my dude. 3 points.
3 points as you connect, and it drops its head down as you connect with it. And it falls down, but it looks up at you. The spines on its back growing as it tries to swoop up at you.
Dr. Weave.
You take 4 points of damage as it connects with your calf from its claws that hit you. Kato, you go.
Okay, I have one attack, and I'm gonna attack two-handed, and I'm gonna try and lop the fucker's head off. Yeah.
Eat my stinking burnt ham.
What did you roll? What is your burnt ham roll?
Just for the studio audience, this die is so cursed.
Is that
Eat
a
it.
1?
Yep.
Eat it.
Cursed.
Gulp.
Get that out of your mouth right now. Thank you.
Gulp.
Kurt
You don't
is
know where
dead.
that mouth's been.
Reap.
Kurt is dead.
Get that out of your mouth right now. We are not going to the ER tonight, okay? Thank you.
Not yet.
Creep. I need you to give me a dex roll, please.
Oh, brother, I'm so sorry.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So sorry
That
in
is a
advance.
critical fumble in close combat, and you are standing right
I rolled a
there.
7, and I'm gonna use an advantage because fuck this. I'm
Eat
not.
the
I
dice.
should have used my advantage so you weren't in this
Okay, I rolled a
pickle.
16 on the second
Thank
round.
Christ.
As you recoil back from the damage that's done to you, where your foot was momentarily, you now find Bjorn's longsword hitting the the flagstone right there, and with a large ping and sparks flying everywhere, and the look of the absolute horror of like, sorry.
So sorry about that.
She just looks like there's just fear in her eyes. You know that she's not built for being this close to things she's fighting anyways.
I promise it may not happen again.
May not. It's not definitive enough. And she's like kind of stepping backwards.
Okay. All right. Next is Bones.
I have a question. Mechanical question. Is switching my weapon at anything is a free action?
Switching your weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same type of weapon?
No, I'm drawing my dagger.
Oh, yeah, that's free.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
I
Pull
meant
that out?
like if you're pulling out a bow or something like that,
No.
that would take more.
No. No. So I'm pulling that out and I'm whacking. Well, I'm stabbing, allegedly. Can I get more behind him?
Not really. I mean, you're
Okay.
as behind him as you're gonna be.
Okay. That's an 11 on the die.
Okay, roll damage.
I would love to. D4. It's a 3.
All right. As you do, you sink your dagger. Backstrike. You sink your dagger into him, right? As you do, and he bursts into flames in front of you, but not before taking a point of damage on you, Bones, as it superheats the dagger that's in your hand.
Ouch. Okay. No problem for Bones.
The room stinks at this point of parchment and brimstone.
And
The
burnt
demon
ham.
and ham, not honey glazed, definitely smoked.
Leave the honey glazed hams out of it.
You did not swallow that.
You don't know me, and you're also not my real dad.
Anyway, the room smells of brimstone, and there may be a dwarf having a choking incident here in a moment. As you make your way towards the far set of the doors, pushing them open, you are met with a large open area. It looks as though this would be some sort of a ballroom of some kind. Black and white marble checkered floor, lines, large drapes, massive windows on either side, and at the far end, you see a dais up. And a man standing there looking. Well, I see you've gone past the temptations and beaten my demons. Now it's time we dance. Brother, I believe I will need your assistance. As the rotting man comes forward. As long as I get to claim one of them. But of course, take your pick. The rest of them are mine. Here they end, and if they're lucky, become one of us. Eternity is so low. But before then, let's flaunt your prize, shall we? And in a crystalline coffin, you see descending down on a beam of light from the ceiling, a blonde woman in a formal bride's gown, asleep inside of it. Now, it's time this wedding had a little bit of a party, don't you think? As you enter this ballroom, it seems to go on and stretch forever. You see Princess Cunningham coming down from this light, this beam of light. Strahd walks over and very much caresses the glass. It's not quite time for you to wake up, my dear. But don't worry, the wedding party has arrived. They mean to stop our union. And he looks. However, the best man does need a dance or two. And who am I to turn away any sort of guests in my castle? Tell me, do you really think you're going to stop me? I am an invariable juggernaut. I am what all desire to be. I am wealth, power, control. And you wish to thwart that. You wish to save this poor innocent thing from a life of absolute immortality. How absolutely adorable. Maybe we'll make the little one, and he points very much at the halfling, into a daughter. Tell me, would you like a doll?
Suck my ass, honestly.
He smiles, and as he does, his fangs extend. Well, this is going to be entertaining. And you see him raise his hands and snap his fingers. Mist and shadow floods in from around him and forms into a chair where he sits, holding a glass goblet in hand. Brother, have your fun. I am going to smash you into tiny pieces and fuck what is left. As he extends his arms out, and he seems to grow in the room in size, the skin becoming taut over muscle and sinew, growing, his back hunching, neck elongating, head turning and elongating, the skin ripping, the muscle and meat burning away, his eyes bulging, exploding out of his head and erupting in what is black flame as this large, rotting, and skeletal form of a dragon stands before you. I'm going to destroy all of you. Now we're going to roll for initiative.
Criminy.
Don't want to have to fight.
I feel like that's not in the original module there, Kurt.
No?
The entrail fucking you think wasn't in the original module?
I rolled an 18.
Ooh.
Outstanding.
Feel powerful.
I rolled an 11.
Oh. Bleak?
5.
Oof. Kato?
Don't worry, Bleakathan, I got a 4.
Sweet.
I'm doing great today. I'm using different dice. I'm Will Wheatoning. I do this all the time.
I'm going to change my dice, actually. It's so crazy you say that. We're moving on to the metal dice.
As he moves around, technically, Creep, you are first in the chute.
Fuck mo-
How do you wish to proceed?
I think she claps her hands together and starts to do one of these, and as she's pulling her hands apart, you see a sphere of fire building between her hands until it's a large globe, and she is going to thrust it at this massive dragon figure before them, casting Fireball.
Fireball! What do we love? Fireball!
Never asked how big the room was, just casting.
Not once did I ask how big the room was. Not once. All right. So, roll your damage for Fireball. We will catch you on the backswing due to the casting time of Fireball itself.
Right on.
Next is Bone. Actually, no. It's the vampiric dragon. As it steps forward and it swings its clawed hand. Okay. Bjorn,
Cool.
you take 22 points of damage.
Ugh.
Not good.
What in the butts, man?
You get boned.
No, Bones is right there. I got hit by a thing.
You got hit by a giant undead dragon claw.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ouch.
Okay. No, I was just I'm reading a character sheet that I'm of a system I'm still understanding.
That's very fine. But next, after that, it is going to be the Bleak.
Well, seeing as how the dwarf just got dwarfed, I am going to step forward. Oh god, I want to do something stupid.
No time like the present.
Yeah, I'm just gonna step on forward and lay a hand on the back of Bjorn, and you feel the warmth emanating from my fingers as I cast Cure Serious Wound on you.
How much do you cure? How much do you cure Bjorn for?
Help me. Ow.
We're about to find out. You get... Oh, that's not bad. 14 points back.
Thanks, Big Season.
No problem. And then I lift my shield up and I back the fuck away from the door.
Bjorn, Kato, what do you do as you are reinvigorated by the priest touching the small person in front of him to make him full of life?
There's like a wildness in Bjorn's eyes, like, the fuck? Okay. And he pulls out his longsword two-handed. It's gonna be 2 strikes against this here dragon.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ooh. One of them was a 14, and the other one, fuck my ass. I'm gonna use an advantage on the other one, and I'm gonna choose a different die, because if I roll another natural 1 in this game, I will throw up.
On screen?
Yeah. On command. I'll do it. You got a tip, creep, $50, and I will throw up on camera. Don't worry, guys. It was a 7.
As you run up full of rage, closing the distance, wanting to very much enact damage upon it that it did to you, your sword bounces in impotence off of its rotting flesh.
Sorry, you had to phrase it like that?
You have one more swing as we are on the backside of the pendulum.
Okay, cool, great.
Did you use a advantage with that first swing?
Second swing, yeah.
Okay.
That is a... I don't know what my modifier is. That is a 15.
A 15, unfortunately, will not hit.
I hate this guy.
As you swing once again, and your blade falls short, bouncing off of its rotting flesh, as if some sort of unnatural fortitude protects it. Bleak.
I will, seeing the ineffectiveness of the blows and this, that, the other, I will sigh deeply. I'll reach into my jacket and pull my holy symbol out, and I'll go, "Back from whence you came, unholy soulless beast," and I'll try to turn undead.
Okay. What is your turn undead?
Paltry. My turn undead. It doesn't say; it just says turn undead.
Okay. All right. Give me a percentage roll.
Can I roll it with advantage?
Sure. You can't.
Okay, cool, sweet.
All right. Let's see here.
Hot business.
You can. Okay. So yes, there is a chance that you might. There is a chance that you might. You're going to roll. You're going to roll 4d10.
Okay. Do I add them up or do I pair them out? What's the deal?
What's that?
Well, what do I do? Do I add
Just
them?
roll them
or-
together.
Okay. And you want me to add them up?
Yep.
It's pretty good actually. That's 28, 32.
Okay. So as you do, you see him recoil down and shrink in size until he is back to his normal self. As he takes a step back looking. No. And you see him blink for a moment, and the holy symbol in your hand lights ablaze.
Can I spend an advantage to do something cool?
Of course.
It bursts into flames. I look at it. Oh, God damn it. Just put it back in my jacket.
It snuffs out, but now there's smoke billowing out from underneath your
I
jacket.
know, and it looks cool because there's smoke coming out.
This motherfucker. Okay, all right. He looks at you and he goes, "You're first." And in the blink of an eye, he is across the room, his hands forming like daggers. Oh shit. Okay, so doing 24 points of damage as his hand finds purchase in your gut up to the wrist, and he turns it. Your god is not here.
That hurts. Fuck.
Bones.
I flourish my dagger, my silver dagger,
Mm-hmm.
and I go for him. Go for a
Okay.
little stab there. I'm going to use an advantage. It's not a bad roll, but
Okay.
it's not. But I would like a better roll, and I feel like I can get a better roll out of this. Oh, it's a nat 20, baby! I knew it. I knew it. I'm so glad I used that.
For a total of.
For a total of.
I'm fucking with you. I have your numbers over here. So, yep, okay. You hit.
Don't mind if I diddly fucking do. Here's my D4 damage that goes with it, though. It's very exciting.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's a 4!
Your silver dagger finds purchase in him. And as he lets out in a rage, his attention immediately turned to look at you. The bloodied hand is removed from the gaping hole in the abdomen of your cleric, and it reaches out and grabs you around the neck. Make a strength check.
Do I have to? I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
She was not just.
I'm not fucking joking. I will take a picture of it right now, but it's another nat 20.
Wow.
What is your strength?
Back to
My-
back.
Strength is 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to subtract that from the damage that he rolls.
Okay. I'm very powerful in this way.
I believe that. I 100% believe that. You take 11 points of damage as
Okay.
his hand grips around your neck and slowly begins to crush your windpipe.
This is getting kinky.
Creep, your fireball goes off and launches across the room. What's the damage?
I do 30 points of damage on that. Also, welcome in, Raiders. Hello, Scarlet. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody.
The fireball goes. Bones, how many hit points do you have left?
12.
Bleak, how many hit points do you have left?
9.
You are both consumed in a fire that is the fireball that was going after the Count, as your bodies fall to the ground because your caster is not an invocator, so they hit everything.
Oopsies.
However, comma,
Thank you, please.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sorry.
your bodies fall, cindered husks, your last breaths gasping for air, looking around, hanging on to the very small vestiges of life as you are struggling. You each have 1 hit point left at this point.
I think Bjorn turns and goes, "What the fuck? What in the fuck?"
Uncle.
The brother falls to a knee, the fire coursing off of him. It is the start of a new round. Creep, what are you going to do?
Fireball.
Well, I
Fireball
used my
again.
fireball. It's gone now. But
Thank the fuck God.
she pulls from her pack a small stone, is what it looks like, and eyeing him, she draws her hand back and lobs this stone
Okay.
at the Count. And as it's moving through the air, it is transforming into yet another ball of fire. She is now casting Flame Arrow at him.
Ooh, go ahead. Let's fucking do this shit.
Yeah, let me see. Okay. That is the most shit damage ever. There are too many ones, and that it's 11 points of damage.
The arrow flies and soars through the air as it takes shape, hitting him, and he falls back. The arrow plunged directly into the center of his chest, his body igniting, and an unmistakable roar is heard as Strahd stands. You just couldn't die, could you, bitch? Now I get to play. Let us dance, shall we? And as he drops down, he moves with a quickness unlike any you have ever seen before. Bjorn, you take 20 points of damage and you are flung across the room, smacking the side of it between the 2 giant open windows, and fall to the ground, blood spurting. And he flashes forward again and standing over your 2 broken compatriots on the ground. You look up and you see that beautiful face of his, that elven angelic face of pallid color, his eyes fixated on a pure solid red, his fangs elongated out of his mouth, his ears forming points of even longer off of him, and he looks down at the 2 of you, and he looks back up at you, Altera. Which one dies first?
Why don't you come and get me, fucker?
And with that, he's across the room, hand around your throat, you against a wall, looking at you. Maybe I make 2 brides tonight. You have 1 option at this point. What do you wish to do?
I think the first thing she does is spits in his face. And how much space is there between them? Like, does she have any space with her hands between them?
You are at an arm's length. He has you by the throat up against the wall.
Yeah, she does the spit in his face and says, "Fuck you." And as she does that, her hands snap together, thumbs connecting, and when her thumbs connect, she burning hands directly into his face.
Okay. All right. Sweet. All right. Do your burning hands.
Yep. Yeah, it does 9 points of damage. It is burning hands after all.
Your burning hands wrap around him, and Bjorn, from where you're sitting, you see the fire erupt from her hand and up around him. His body's slightly shaking, but still with a firm grasp around her. Your friends are dying on the ground. What do you do?
I am going to immediately crawl as quickly as I can over to Rune and pop my healing potion and pour it into his gullet. Because we need a healer. Sorry, Bonesy.
It's fine. I'm just burning him.
And I like slap him a little bit like, come on, we need you. Come on, buddy.
No, please,
Get it
just let me die. Let me die.
Nope.
It's so much.
I'd wipe away your tears, but I'm worried I might, smear some skin off. Ugh.
Fine.
God, you look a mess.
Yeah, you don't look so hot yourself, buddies.
The healing potion goes through and courses through your body, revitalizing you to a small degree. Despite the extensive damage you have, you are starting to feel your body heal, especially on the inside, but everything on the outside is excruciating pain. It is burnt, charred flesh, the proteins of the skin oozing out from the wounds, no longer charred, but certainly scar tissued over, patches of skin completely missing from your face and body, the clothing sticking to you as you slowly begin to set one foot to try and stand up. What do you do, Bleak?
God, there's
15
so much
points
suck.
of healing, by the way.
There's so much suck. I get up, sorta, shake my head. I will, I'm gonna cast Find Traps now.
You son of a bitch.
I am going to realize that this is probably not gonna go our way either way, and even if I heal someone, it's probably not gonna help. And I'm gonna be like, as I kind of try to stand up, I'm gonna say, God damn it, you got it all wrong. We're not here to kill you. We're here to join you.
What
Okay.
in the fuck?
Work with me.
Okay.
You didn't even give us the time to tell you and explain.
He, in that moment, whips Altira across the room, sliding. You are just fucking sliding all the way almost to the dais, right? Where you take 13 points of damage as you smack into the wall against the other side.
That's the last of my HP.
You're at 1.
Oh no.
He turns around and he like almost blurs, like he blinks out of existence before blinking back, and he's right there in front of you, and he says, "Holy man wishes to join me? A crisp, nothing more. I'm sorry, but you're not quite pretty enough for me." As both of his hands reach into the hole that is still in your stomach, dealing 30 points of damage. His hands inverse. And where there was a body before you, Bjorn, there is not, but 2 halves of a man as he is ripped in 2. And he is staring at you. Blood litters across the halfling's face as she stares up in this horror before he grabs a hold of your neck and picks you up, Bjorn. Are you ready to become an immortal, or are you going to die like the rest of them?
No, I'm going to be an immortal. That sounds pretty nice.
Then kill her. And he drops you in front of Bones.
Backed myself into this corner. Just looking like the end of Heather's over there. God, I land and I look at Almada. Almada. I keep mispronouncing. I'm sorry. I go, well, what'll it be, babe? Might be the end of the road.
I hope it's worth it.
I'll kiss him twice for you.
Eat shit.
Sounds good. And I roll over and I try to stab up at Strahd.
Make an attack roll.
I'd help you, but I had to split.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's almost like you could
Christ.
have healed me before you did that.
I have no healing potions. I have nothing
It's
left.
so crazy. It's so crazy, Blake.
I got a 16.
You stab up at him, and the blade finds purchase and goes through, and he looks down at you, smiling. No. As he grabs a hold of the blade and begins to pull it out. Nice steel, dwarven. Tell me, have you ever tasted it? And he shoves the blade down into your mouth, separating the top of your skull from your lower jaw. And you're a waste. And the last thing you see, Almada, before darkness consumes you, is the heel of his boot. Altira, you hear the squelching noise and the crushing of bone as Almada's head is completely destroyed. And within a blink of an eye, he's across the room, picking you up. And he simply says, "Tonight isn't your night. You killed my brother. I killed your friends. And you. Try again." And you feel your neck snap. And darkness envelops you. One by one, darkness envelops each and every one of you, consuming you into nothingness.